Hello guys, back in the city. About to actually go have a meeting. Hey guys, Editor Blair here. Just editing through all this footage, and I've noticed that a lot of the sound is clipping, so I'm going to just do some voiceovers for this bit. So what Real World Blair is saying is that he's heading to Devonport to meet up with an art centre called Depot Artspace. He's got a meeting over there with an organisation called Wayfind Creative, who provide business support for creative businesses. Funding and sort of business support and contacts and other sort of, I guess, support for creative businesses, creative people. Particularly, I think their kind of focus is people who have been dislodged or shaken up by what's happened with COVID, whether they've lost their job or if they're coming straight out of art school and kind of into an environment, or I guess a sector which is kind of, because of everything with COVID, things aren't perhaps as promising as or as easy as perhaps they would have been previous. Anyway, let's see how it goes. So I've got a meeting with them. Okay, yeah, so definitely back in the city because gosh, it is noisy here. Anyway, so yes, going over to... So what Real World Blair is saying now is that in order to get to the meeting, he has to go over to Devonport, which is actually on the North Shore. So in order to get there from the city, he has to jump on a ferry, which is, pretty exciting to have to catch a boat to a meeting. Pretty cool. So now he's saying that the city is really noisy because we've just come out of lockdown level 2 and everything's kind of restarted again. Level 1, which I guess, everybody's now back in the city and it is pumping and gone crazy. So yeah, I'll check in. Hopefully it's a bit quieter over the other side. Catch you in a bit. Okay, so now I'm on the North Shore in Devonport and just going to go find this art space called Depot Artspace. Try and hook up with these guys, this organisation called Wayfind Creative, to see if they can maybe help me with some of my creative endeavours, maybe give me some funding or maybe some contacts, or just some sort of, I guess, moral support for any kind of ideas that I may have, which I have many. But anyway, I will head there. I am due there in about half an hour or 15 minutes. But that was my little ferry there, the little yellow one, and that is I'm pointing at the screen. That is the city, Auckland City, where I've just come from. I don't know how long that was, maybe like 10 minutes from Auckland City via the ferry. Now I am going to the gallery, wherever it is. I'm going to go find it. Nice one. Oof, this is a bit of a mashup, this one, I apologise, but yes, let's do it. Bye ferry. Yo, so I do believe I found it. Just gonna head in because I've got like 2 minutes or something to spare. So yeah, I'll head in and see what they have to say. Then I'll probably film, actually, the gallery space. We've got time before it closes. Nice one. Let's see. Depot Artspace in Devonport have played an active part in New Zealand's creative community since 1996. They host, house and support a wide range of events, facilities and services which assist and champion artists and creatives with professional development and planning for creative businesses, one of which being Wayfind Creative, which I'm now part of, as well as having an art gallery and event spaces and a fully functioning recording studio. The exhibition that was on display was called Pre-Loved, Reloved, within which buyers exhibit their bought work to resell, giving them a new lease on life. At the core of the show is an ethos surrounding artists' resale royalties, which I talk about later. So I've just finished up at Depot Artspace and had the kind of initial chat about the Wayfind Creative project, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, it sounds like, you know, perhaps they can do something for me, help me maybe with a bit of business planning, business ideas. Yeah, maybe trying to construct something moving forward which is a bit more viable financially. Yeah, obviously the aim is to be able to do this more often, something like this, something like the more art side of what I do, or perhaps some of my other creative business ideas that I have. Future wise, yeah, I'll probably be back here now and then to kind of continue with the program, see how we get on. If you're interested in yourself and perhaps getting involved with this program, so it's called the Wayfind Creative. I think I may have mispronounced it in a previous video. I'm just gonna head up top of this hill because it looks like there's a nice view up there. But yeah, while I'm talking about it, or while I'm heading up there, I might as well talk about the exhibition actually that was on, which was called Pre-Loved, Reloved, which is like an art show or like an art sales show, kind of as a secondary market where people who have bought artists' artwork can then resell it, you know, to sell it off, to share it, to give it to somebody else. And also it's quite amazing because actually it kind of the ethos, which is something that's kind of, yeah, a point of contention, I guess, in the art world, which is the kind of resale commission that artists can get. So that would kind of be like the royalties that artists receive on a resale of their work, i.e. you obviously what happens quite often in the art world is that an artist sells the work, they then either die or their work prices become inflated, i.e. let's say somebody buys a piece of work for $1,000, and then the buyer then resells it for $10,000. Yeah, they've obviously made this profit of $9,000 and the artist gets nothing. And from what I understand, the ethos of this exhibition is based on that, where they're kind of one of the only galleries that are kind of an advocate of these resale royalties, which is pretty great. Because it was kind of a thought in the back of my head when I thought, oh, why people are selling their work? Maybe not something ethical, particularly if the person buying, but it happens all the time. It's a big thing in the art world. What it also does is it inflates the artist's work, as the artist who's selling direct. If somebody else has just sold a piece for like $10,000, then the artist then has to kind of start raising theirs, and then that becomes to this point of inflation where it's almost impossible for the artist to make a living or sell work, because nobody wants to buy work from them anymore, because it just their prices have just gone skyrocketed for a profit for the buyer / whoever. So it's really nice to hear that Depot Artspace are advocates of this because it's something that isn't really practiced here in New Zealand. To the detriment of many artists. So yeah, okay, that'll do. I'm going to climb this hill, see what I can see, but then I will head back over to the Southland. Well, I don't think it's called Southland, but back to the city on the ferry, and then head home. I'll check in with you at some point. Okay guys, back in Auckland City, just got off the ferry, now going to catch a bus home. That's about it. Pretty successful day, really nice to meet up with the guys at Depot Artspace over in Devonport. Yeah, hopefully we can do some collaboration slash work together somehow to kind of get these creative businesses of mine off the ground and actually sustaining themselves somehow. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's about it. What I did want to kind of point out was just over there is the Auckland Art Fair. So that is coming up. I think it actually opens tomorrow. So yeah, eventually I'll be going. I'm not going on the opening. It's a bit expensive for me, but yeah, I will be going at some point, probably filming it and things. Gosh, there's just so much to do in the city. Didn't actually realise. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. That should be coming up soon. If you enjoyed this little something that happened, do the things, subscribe, thumbs up, likey, and yeah, comment below on anything. I don't know. I'll put down in the description, like I said, I'll put a few links for a few of the things that kind of were involved today. And yeah, that's it. Signing off. Catch you later. Bye.
Difference doesn't mean anything bad. It just means